Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and evening everyone. So today we are going to do group video discussion number 2, which is we are going to review the movie. We recently watched the movie The Spell 2020. It is a thriller. All of us quite enjoy the movie and intrigued by the voodoo culture that is presented in the movie. So before we review this movie together, let me summarize the film briefly. So this is a movie about a man named Marquis on the way to a funeral with his family on a plane that gets into an accident due to an intense storm. He soon awakens wounded, alone, and trapped in a stranger house that soon we know is the house of Miss Eloise. She claims that she can nurse him back to health using a hoodoo magic. Unable to call for help, Marquis desperately tries to break free from her dark magic and save her family. So that's the gist of the movie. All right, then. Now that's out of the way. Let's talk about the cast. So the cast, we have Omri Hedwig for Marquis, Loretta Devine as Miss Eloise, John Beasley as Earl, and other cast members. So how about Izzat? Care to talk about the cast? What's your opinion or anything to talk about the cast?
Okay, thank you, Ashish. As for me, the cast were totally immersed with the character itself, especially the main character, which is Omari Hardwick as Marquis T. Woods, because this movie mostly self-centered by him, which he got to be the one that had been abducted by Miss Louise. So I think the performance that all of these each cast, even though they are not so popular in the blockbuster movie, they totally immerse themselves with the character. Thank you.
All right. How about you, Shira? If any comment about the cast?
I agree with Afi. I like uh Omari Hakwi as he is a very responsible man where he desperately tries to break free from his black magic and save his family from a sinister ritual before the rise of the moon. So I think I adore him as a man.
All right. Thank you, Shira. How about you, Shah? Any comment on the cast? Is there any particular scene that stand out to you from their performance?
I guess, like speaking about the cast, the Marquis, like the way he expressed the pain when,
the nail scene.
The nail scene.
All right, all right.
I don't know if we can spoil it. Yeah, the way he expressed the pain, it seemed it can be seen like a bit like realistic. So yeah, so they were quite good at acting.
All right. Sufi, how about the other cast member, Loretta Devine, as the villain, Miss Eleanor?
I think I want to give my opinion about Marcus. I think Marcus, because I very admire him because he is very gentleman and responsible towards his family, his wife and daughter and son. Because until the end, he still, even though he is hurt so much, but he's still searching for his family.
All right. Anyone have any comment about the other cast member?
For me, about the character, I like Loretta Devine. She did the best job and carry the movie well. For me, the best character is Loretta.
Any particular scene that stand out, that highlight her talent as an actress? No. Okay, how about you, Nadira? Any comment on the cast? Or Marina or Afifa? Oh, Nadira first. Sorry.
For me, I think the cast did a well job since they make the movie more exciting with their acting. And I think it's a good job from them.
All right. And Nadira, your take?
I think I like all the cast because the story is from Black people and it showed their culture or their beliefs. So I think it's interesting.
All right. How about you, Afifa?
I think other members already said what I want to say about the cast.
Oh, okay.
Surely they have done their best to make the scene look realistic.
So let's proceed then with the opinion about the movie as a whole, the setting, the storyline. So let's go with the person who suggested the movie first, which is Azhar. What's your opinion on the movie as a whole?
Okay, for me, in my opinion, Spare 2020 is a good thriller and plus horror as I expected because it's related to the black magic, especially is used and play with voodoo doll. This movie is not too scary for me, but more suspenseful moment, but definitely a thrilling one. The next one, one point that I got from this movie is about racism because it's the actor and actress majority is black people. This movie has to do with accusation of racial discrimination. So the lesson we can take is let's build a world beyond racism and discrimination where we all can practice our human right. Okay. So conclusion, I can give 4/5 for this movie, and I recommend this movie to others.
All right. So 4 out of 5 from you. Okay. How about you, Shah? What's your comment on the movie as a whole, or anything to talk about it?
So for me, overall, the movie was decent actually. The plot for me was a little bit predictable. You could actually already know what happened during the early part of the movie. And speaking about the horror elements of this movie, like the voodoo dolls, the way it was created by using parts of yourself, how it was used by sticking organ parts to it, those parts were quite disturbing for me. And also, the movie had its suspense moments, like for example, when Marquis sneaks around the house, we saw in his perspective. So that part makes you on the edge of your seat because jump scares could happen during the time. And next, what I like the most about this movie is that the protagonist is a smart guy. Like he disabled the doorbell when he had the chance and he just decided to fight back and mess them up. So yeah, I really like a protagonist that is smart. So yeah, in the end, the movie was quite good. And whether if I would recommend it to others or not, I guess I would recommend it, especially for those who likes witchcrafts and voodoo dolls, all that sort of stuff. I believe they will enjoy it. So that's it from me.
All right. Thank you, Shah. Let's go to Sufi. What's your opinion on the movie?
For me, this movie is quite, I think, good because duration is 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's not too long, it's not too short, but at this time, duration, I think it so bad from started to ending. There are many plot twists, the lesson we can get from the story. So I think we can recommend this to others to watch the movie. And I think I will give overall 7 out of 10 because even it's thriller, it's more disgusting. Because it has blood or still watch.
Okay. Do you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. There's some unstable internet connection. Okay. Let's continue with you, Hong. What's your opinion on the movie as a whole?
Okay, guys. I think as a horror movie, both the picture and the plot are commendable. At least not boring. Especially the part of about pulling the spike out the foot. It was very impressive. The scenes looked very frightening, repeating himself in his way. In order to find his wife and daughter, the man is not afraid of hardships, setbacks, and finally overcomes the witchcraft to overcome witchcraft. He not only proved the great family affecting to himself, but also for all the rich to rehabilitate the image. This time, the means to solve the problem of the rich is no longer to rely on money, but to rely on the super ability. All in all, I think it's a good movie.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Shira. Your opinion on the movie?
Okay, what I enjoy about this movie is that through it, I had a chance to know about voodoo, which I haven't heard about it in my life, and I really do research regarding it. So due to that, I think this movie gives us some new knowledge to learn about other people's communities and cultures. Lastly, I want to share something that I don't really like about this movie, which is the uneasy and creepy scenes. For example, like the soup moment, which really makes me feel uncomfortable. Like I literally had to look away from the screen because for me, what has been displayed on the screen was just way too much for me to be able to enjoy it. I think that's all from me. Thank you, Afi.
All right. Thank you for that comment. Let's go to Marina.
Okay, for me, I think this movie starts really slow because it took like 20 minutes to get more exciting and becomes creepier. So at that time, I was after the 20 minutes, I was a bit excited to finish the movie. But after I finish the movie, my thought is different since the movie is quite predictable, like Shah said before. But that doesn't make it less enjoyable. Because there are still some moments that I didn't expect that coming. And overall, this movie is almost good since I rarely watched any horror movie before. And the cast also give a good acting, like all of us agree. But I think Spell is actually not especially a scary movie, but more to time thriller. So my rating for this movie is maybe 7/10.
All right. So let's go to Izzat. Your take on the movie?
So, in my opinion, for this Spell movie, which is kind of like a typical production of a horror movie, which starting from a family trip goes wrong and they end up in a bad situation with apparently no way out of the situation. And then I think the like Marina said, along the 20 minutes of the movie. The first 20 minutes is kind of boring, but I think I intrigued when the third act, when the main characters starting to develop some, what they call, a mind that can, which him try to get out of the situation. So it kind of delivers well, and to wrap up the story, and it provides the need certification after sitting through some difficult scene throughout the movie. So I think I will give it a rating of 6/10, I think, because I think the production maybe target the audience which have a whole point of another point of view, maybe. Okay, that's all from me.
All right, thank you. Good. So let's go to Afifa, your review.
Okay, thank you, Afif. So to be honest, I feel traumatized by the movie because of some gore scenes in that movie, like when they kill the cats and the scene where the main character pull out the nails from his foot and put it back inside. So it makes me really uncomfortable watching it. So like Shah said, the plot twist is predictable, where we can already expect the ending. So for me, I would rate it 5/10 overall.
Thank you. So let's go to Nadira. Your comment on the movie?
For me, before this, I was too very scared to watch thriller movie, but this movie made me want to know more about what will happen. Like everyone said, it is predictable, and I was so surprised that Marquity's foot has a big nails or what. Like I think it hurts his feet a lot. So I like we know before this movie use like the voodoo doll. So this movie is different because they call bugri like avatar. So this real life representation which the Auntie Louis needs the bugri to heal the Marquity. So once he back full to strength, so the doll will be fully powered.
Right, thank you. Last, Sufi. Your comment on the movie or the comment on the movie? Everyone has. Sufi, do you have reviewed the movie or not?
I already gave my opinion.
Oh, you already. Okay, sorry. So we still have about 5 minutes left. Anything to talk about? Any scene that stand out? For me, the scene that is really stand out, yes, the nail scene and the transferring eye. The man that is blind, then he healed the eye, but that person doesn't have eyeballs. So, hello. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Blackout. The trigger switch off. Okay. Talking about horror movie and scary thing happening. Is everyone here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, I think now it's about 3 minutes more. So about the review of the movie, everyone give it a 4 out of 5, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10 again. Some say decent, almost good, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. And also for me, it's a decent movie, maybe 3 out of 5. So everyone's agree that this is a decent movie, but still quite commendable effort from the director, from the actor, and everyone would like to recommend this movie to others. So that is our conclusion as a whole. And it's still lagging.
No. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So someone still, so Shira and Afifa got some problem. Sorry, that is on my half. Some bad internet connection. And that is all. Does anyone have anything to add before we end our discussion?
I think
No, eh?
I think that's all.
I think that's all, eh? Okay, for Shira and Afifa to enter before we end this video. Okay. All right, sorry Shira and Afifa. The internet lagging was on my part. Some bad internet connection. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you guys for coming to today's discussion. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.